Hey there. Today we're going to jump into two super powerful SQL functions. These are the ones that'll help you take your text data from, messy and chaotic to absolutely magnificent.
So, have you ever pulled data from a database and just stared at it thinking, this isn't right? Maybe you've got extra characters you don't need or parts of a string that are just plain wrong and need an update. It's a super common headache for sure, but the good news is SQL gives us the exact tools we need to fix it.
I like to think of it like this. You wouldn't try to build a table with just a hammer, right? You need different tools for different jobs. And today, we're adding two absolutely essential tools to your data shaping toolbox. We've got one for making those really precise cuts and another one for doing quick swaps.
Okay, first up, let's talk about our first tool. It's called SUBSTRING. And really, you can think of this one as your precision saw. It is perfect for those times when you need to carefully, and I mean carefully, cut out a specific piece of a string. Like grabbing an area code from a phone number or pulling a product ID out of a super long description.
So what does it actually do? Well, the substring function lets you dive right into a string, go to a very specific starting point, and then just grab a certain number of characters from there. It's all about extraction.
And the best part? Using it is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Seriously. First, you just point it to the string or the column you want to work with. Second, you give it a number. That's your starting position. And third, you tell it exactly how many characters you want to snatch from that spot. That's it.
All right, theory is great and all, but let's see how this thing actually works with some real data. That's where the magic happens, right?
Okay, let's break this down. Take a look at that first email, z.bray@yahoo.com. The command is telling SQL to start at position 3 and grab 5 characters. So let's count it out together. Z is 1, the dot is 2, and B is our starting position, number 3. From there, we grab 5 characters, B, R, A, dot, B. And just like that, you get the result, broad.b. Pretty cool, huh?
Now let's try another one with different numbers. Here, the command says start at position 4 and grabs 6 characters. So for that email, j.sila@yahoo.com, position 4 is the S, and if you grab 6 characters from there, you get slut-yat. See how flexible this is? But this also shows a really common trap people fall into. You have to get that starting number exactly right. Being off by just one character can totally throw off your result, so my advice is to always double-check your count.
All right, so that was our precision saw. Let's put that down and grab our next tool from the box. This one is Replace. And if Substring is a saw, then Replace is your find and swap tool. It's awesome for making really quick updates and corrections all across your dataset.
So what's the deal with Replace? Well, it scans through a string looking for a specific piece of text that you tell it to find. And here's the key. Every single time it finds that text, it swaps it out with a new piece of text you provide. It is an incredibly powerful way to do bulk updates.
And guess what? Just like Substring, it's a simple 3-step process. Couldn't be easier. First, you tell it what string you're looking at. Second, you tell it the exact text it needs to find. And third, you give it the new text you want to put in its place. Simple as that.
Okay, enough talk. Let's see this find and swap tool actually get to work. This example is, well, it's a perfect real-world scenario. We're standardizing data. The command is super simple. Find every single instance of yahoo.com and just swap it out with yahoo.live. Look how clean and efficient that is. This is the kind of thing you do all the time for data cleaning. Think about correcting common typos or updating category names across thousands and thousands of rows in one go. This is the tool for that job.
So, there you have it. In just a few minutes, you've added 2 new, and I mean incredibly useful functions to your SQL data shaping toolbox. That's a huge win.
So let's just do a quick recap to make sure the difference is crystal clear. Remember, substring is for extracting. Think of it like a scalpel, precisely cutting out a piece of data you want to keep. On the other hand, replace is for swapping. It finds old stuff and replaces it with new stuff. They're 2 totally different tools for 2 totally different jobs. You wouldn't use a hammer to cut a board, right? Same idea here.
And hey, here's a handy little summary for you to keep in your back pocket. For substring, you need the string, a start position, and the length. For replace, you need the string, the text you're looking for, and whatever you're replacing it with. Keep this slide in mind, and trust me, you'll be shaping data like a pro in no time.
So now you're officially equipped. You have the power to precisely cut and swap text in your database.
I want you to think about all that messy data you've had to deal with in the past. Well, now you have the tools to finally clean it up, reshape it, and really unlock its true value. So, the only question left to ask is, what are you going to transform first?